I worked the night shift at a roadside motel, where the air always smelled damp and heavy. The building was very old enough to feel tired, like it had seen too much. The lights flickered all night, as if they were struggling to stay awake with me. The owner of the motel looked haunted himself. When he spoke, his voice was low and tense. He gave me only one rule: never accept any phone call after 3 a.m. I asked him why, but he didn't answer. He only said, "Do what I said. Don't be an asker." His words made me uneasy. The motel was painfully silent, the kind of silence that makes you feel watched. The first few nights passed quietly. The motel felt dead. No wind, no footsteps, no phone calls, just silence, and me sitting alone at the counter. On my 5th night shift, everything changed. At 3:04 a.m., my phone suddenly started vibrating on the desk. The ringing echoed through the empty halls, bouncing off closed doors. My hands began to shake. I remembered the owner's warning. I didn't answer. I just stared at the phone until the ringing stopped. When it finally went silent, I looked at the screen. There was no room number. Only one word appeared: basement. My chest tightened with fear. The ringing stopped, but the silence felt heavier than before. I stood there alone, my hands shaking, afraid to even breathe. I don't know how I survived the rest of that night. When morning finally came and the owner arrived, I told him about the call. I told him what the screen had shown: basement. His face went pale. His hand started shaking, just like mine had. He told me the basement had been sealed after a fire decades ago. No one officially died there. At least, that's what the records say. Then he looked straight at me and spoke quietly. Everyone who answers a call after 3 a.m. never comes back. The police never ask questions, and no one ever looks for them. The next night, when I came in for my shift, I tried to act normal, but at exactly 3 a.m., the phone rang again. I didn't look at it. This time, I just listened as the sound echoed through the empty motel. It felt like there was no world outside anymore. Just me, the darkness, and that ringing. When it finally stopped, another phone began to ring somewhere deeper in the building. That's when a voice whispered, low and calm, "You're late." I hadn't answered any call, but it spoke anyway. The voice wasn't angry. It sounded disappointed, almost tired. I still didn't answer the phone. Then it whispered, "You're still breathing." I felt something behind the door. No knocking, no sound, just the weight of something leaning there, waiting. I couldn't see it clearly, but I knew it was real. My hands were shaking so badly I could barely stand. I had never felt fear like that before. In that moment, I didn't know why I had ever come to work here. It felt like the motel didn't want people at all. It wanted to be alone. And when I realized that, I ran. I left the motel that night and never went back. For many days, I didn't even leave my house. Fear stayed with me, like it had followed me home. 2 months later, I finally went to see the motel again. It was gone, burned to the ground. They said it was an electrical fire, a fire that started on its own. I believed them. But that same night, my phone rang at 3 a.m. I didn't answer. The voice came anyway. It whispered, "The basement moved." Then the call ended. I went straight to my mother's room and stayed there until morning. When daylight came, everything felt normal again. The motel was gone. The owner had disappeared. Nothing remained. I don't know what happened in that place in the past. I only know one thing: it was dangerous. And somehow, I was lucky to escape.